YouTube, Google, and Facebook will be dead if we don't act now. This is what YouTube will look like when Article 13 takes effect. There's no music, there's no imagery, there's no more gameplays, there's no more music videos. Article 13 holds the platform liable for hosted copyrighted content. Implementation of this will lead to strict internet censorship and significantly attacks the fundamental freedom of speech while passing all control of the media to corporate copyright holding monopolies. This is a direct attack at our freedom in a gross neglect of democracy itself. We need you to help stop this insanity. The internet will die if we don't take action. The radical censorship enforced by content filters will affect every internet user worldwide. Act now. Share this message. Upload it everywhere. Join the Fight 13 movement now and fight for your rights. You can help by spreading awareness, attending demonstrations all over Europe, and vote everyone responsible for this blatant offense out of their seats. The EU elections are between May 23rd and May 26th. We need to meet this injustice with the full force of the entire internet community combined. Save your internet, save your freedom. Welcome back to Cookie Clicker. We got a new update, and it's not exactly new. It's been here for a couple of weeks, but we're gonna give you a quick run through about how this works, what new upgrades and new achievements and bug fixes were implemented. Frostbite milk, by the way, or Frostfire milk.
Two new upgrades.
Yeah, technically it's two. We also
never actually changed the name.
April Fool's Business Day.
There you go.
Sure, Crumbly Biscuits Bakery. That's fine. That's fine. Because the Green Inferno didn't work with the blue milk anymore. So new update list. A lot of text.
Technically, there's two new updates. Yes. One of them is the April Fool's joke.
The April Fool's one says a bunch of funny things, like the game now fully works with the Geneva Convention.
With the Geneva Convention.
Yeah, fun stuff, right?
Also, you can read it if you want. Says that the player's name is now spelled correctly as Green Inferno Santa. Mm-hmm. Because it doesn't actually change when you update the name. It only gets it unloading the page, probably.
Correct. But so now that's a lie.
So there's a bug.
Yep. Terrible. Please fix.
Please fix your April Fool's joke.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, of course, that has no ramifications for the game. In actuality, it's just a bunch of fun. The really one that we want to look at is the cookies for days one. So, we have a couple new things here. First of all, the most noticeable one are definitely the new upgrades, right? 20 new cookies, all that were previously suggested, of course. And you can see some of those already in taskbar. The cookie crumbs, right, is one of the cheaper ones. The first one as a golden cookie, I believe, has shown up somewhere. That's what that sounded like. That what it looked like. Maybe we can't see it because we got something disabled. I don't know. But
there might be a problem with the business day texture somewhere. Anyways.
Maybe.
So as you can see, the cookie crumbs and chocolate chip cookies, which are two of the 20 new cookies. Mm-hmm. Actually require the legacy.
Correct.
So that just means you have to basically send once.
Yes. Which should be doable. That means you can't get the cookie crumbs right from the start, but after you send it, you can then.
That is to make your second, third, and fourth, and so forth runs more easier. So that's a cool idea. I like that.
I like this cookie crumbs update a lot, actually. Yes.
Yeah, because before, if he would have added in more cookies just like that, they would have made the early game when you're actually playing it too easy. So this is a nice idea.
Exactly. With kind of the condition of having to ascend at once. And there's a couple of other ones which are all somewhat expensive, so we can't.
Not sure which ones exactly they are. But
right now, we're suggested to purchase a couple of buildings by Cookie Monster. As always, you'd use the extension. The interface we're using is called Cookie Monster. That's the add-on.
If you're wondering why our buildings are all renamed, that's because of the business season, which is around for April Fool's Day and a few days before and after, I think, as well.
Exactly. During April Fool's Day, got the business day. Images, the buildings all work the same way. They just call it differently. It doesn't make an actual difference.
They still got the correct icons if you hover over them.
Yep. And the same descriptions.
If you look over here, they look the same. Yeah.
Everything's the same. It's just some fun stuff and everything's green because of money, right? There's also a business day background. You want to put them on? You want to put the business day background? Give them the business. Let's get the business because we have business. We have business day. We put money on the background. I like this. This looks actually pretty nice with the blue milk too. But yeah, so we'll continue buying the buildings and all that. You know how that works. But let's get back into the update, I guess.
Yes.
To the notes because we have a couple more things. that are actually legitimate, and that will be for one the heavenly upgrades as well. There's 2 new ones now. Most of the new updates always bring a heavenly upgrade as we switch over into the wiki, and we can see what those are. We have the Cosmic Beginner's Luck, which first of all requires you to have Shimmering Veil, and is hella expensive, as you can see. But that's kind of where it needs to be going now. The new ones are going to be more and more expensive. So not really beginner updates. Sometimes there might be a new one that's a little bit cheaper, but to keep the game interesting for long-time players, you need to keep raising the prices more and more and more, because some players will be able to afford everything in the game already. So there's kind of new stuff. So the Cosmic Beginner's Luck, basically prior to purchasing the Heavenly Chip Secret upgrade in a run, random drops are 5 times more common, meaning that you should get all your random drops in, as in Easter, Halloween, all that stuff, get the season cycle through, before you actually purchase that, because it'll speed the process.
Yeah, that's actually really interesting, because that means you have to play, or want to potentially play at a suboptimal CPS for a while,
Yep.
It's just so you can actually
to actively
later get it better.
Correct.
It's still totally definitely worth it though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you can somehow afford to buy this, do so.
Yeah, exactly. And then we have the Reinforced Membrane, that also interacts with the Shimmering Veil. If you don't know what the Shimmering Veil is, we can just show it off real quick.
Yeah,
it's the top one there.
The top one, yeah. The upgrade unlocks the Shimmering Veil, a switch that passively boosts CPS by 50%. And every time you send, it starts with a veil on, and when you click the big cookie, any golden cookie or reindeer, it turns it off.
Correct.
And requires 24 hours of CPS to turn it back on, so it's generally intended for idle play.
For idle play, like the Golden Switch. Sort of like
Exactly.
the Golden Switch. Very similar upgrade. And the Reinforced Membrane now helps out the Shimmering Veil in that it makes it more resistant. Has a 10% chance not to break it. So you can now click maybe the golden cookie, maybe click the big cookie.
I still would not suggest
No.
actually clicking stuff with this. It's still way too likely that it breaks.
Yes.
But once again, this upgrade, if you can somehow afford it, is totally worth it because of the extra 10%.
10%, that's the big one.
As far as I'm aware, this is additive, as in the 50 turns into a 60.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we've seen this before. Eggs are additive, cookies are additive.
Yes.
So
it would be
similar
60.
effects stack.
Plus
additively,
10%, so it's 60%. Which is good and definitely worth it. So those heavenly upgrades are the next big thing. We can afford them. Go get them. So the Golden Goose Egg now counts as a Golden Cookie upgrade for residual luck purposes. And JJ really likes that one.
Yeah.
We already talked about.
I like that. We do generally tend to play. Okay, this is annoying with the flashes
Yes.
without cookies. We have the switch on too.
Then I don't know what it is.
That's why we don't. I don't know. Maybe it's an April Fool's thing. Who knows?
Maybe.
So we do have the Golden Cookie switch on, as I just mentioned, and of course, then with us also having the Golden Goose Egg, now we have a higher CPS. I think this is the way it should be, because it says for every Golden Cookie upgrade, and it's an and it's an upgrade relating to Golden Cookies. So why should it not buff the Golden Switch with the residual luck?
Correct. So next one is relating to the Heralds, right? So the Heralds are. It's the number, the purple one, the 41.
Yeah.
You can see at the top.
It's the number of people that are at a certain tier at the Cookie Clicker Patreon.
Exactly.
If you want to support Cookie Clicker, check that out, I guess.
And for every Herald, every player in the game gets 1% extra cookie production, which is great. And now they're basically safe to your game, so you can get them to work when the game is offline, when you basically, the computer goes offline. So kind of to compute the CPS that you might have produced.
Yeah, exactly. So the CPS that you'll get from either the heavily upgrade tree for passive production while offline, or the upgrade that the debug upgrade, what is it called?
The perfect idling? Yes.
Yeah,
we always use
perfect idling.
Always perfect idling. It's not cheating.
Yeah, exactly. So if you have perfect idling enabled, or even if you just have the regular
the twin that's from Zen is maxed out.
Exactly. That will then produce slightly more cookies when offline, because it'll take the heralds into account.
Exactly. So there's a little bit of a debug there that prevented. Apparently the game was freezing up at certain times with some setting stuff. I haven't experienced that myself, but that was fixed.
Yeah, they changed the button combinations for vaulting upgrades because Mac users apparently had problems.
Mm-hmm.
The solution would be to not use Mac, but
I guess it's the easier solution this way for most people there. Tooltips for building CPS boost from synergies. hopefully clearer.
Let's see.
I guess.
Seems pretty clear.
I mean, it seems pretty clear. If you read it, it seems fairly intelligible. Fix an exploit with a gambler's fever dream, working across exports and extensions. So that one I have heard of. That seems to no longer be the case, which just makes sense. That wasn't intended to be that way.
Can now hide tooltips in the garden by keeping the shift key pressed to make it easier to see what you're planting.
That's good.
I guess that is helpful, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's something that has gotten in my way. I appreciate that one.
Also, in general, like all of those little quality of life things, while not game changing, are always nice and appreciated.
For sure. The last ones are all just they're kind of small things,
yeah.
like fixing a reindeer bug. The dragon's curve aura now works correctly with the sugar lumps as it apparently didn't.
Yeah,
before.
the control key now works correctly.
I like it when my control key works correctly.
Yeah, there's one new ad added.
Yes.
I'm sorry, we're using ad block.
Yeah, in the top right. Sorry, Orte.
There would be an ad right here.
There should be one, but we're kind of not having that. So, yeah, that's just general thing, nothing personal. But that's what that was added for, and there's an ad banner there if you.
Yeah, because he wants to make some more money to actually support the game, which is
fine,
understandable. I mean, we understand monetizing a project you put hours and hours of work into.
Yeah, it's hard, all right?
Yeah,
I get it, really.
There's definitely parallel to what we're doing here.
So, what else do we have? A few adjustments. Okay, mobile browsers, that's kind of a thing that people have been asking for.
Yeah, and the app is still in progress.
Yes.
Apparently he made some good progress, and stay tuned. That doesn't really tell us much. That
doesn't tell us much, but
in typical Orte fashion.
Same as with the dungeon mini game, we are waiting for a while and hoping for a good app.
We'll do a dungeon mini game, yeah. That's gonna be a thing.
That's gotta be a thing, and it was supposed to be a thing for days, but
I found it interesting when it first introduced, but I never really liked the way it worked back in the day. That was kind of weird.
It's gonna be dungeon run, like in Hearthstone, exactly like that. I don't know, but yeah. So that's the rundown of the Cookies Everywhere update. Gonna pop the wrinklers. Alright. Buy some more buildings there.
Yeah, I can buy one more building. That was suggested.
One more building is fine.
That's what I was thinking too.
So yeah, nice milk, and that's the rundown. April Fool's update, again, doesn't matter at all. It's just some fun, some jokes.
Definitely worth a read.
Definitely, yeah. Oh yeah, a lot of this stuff is worth a read, by the way. So we're not gonna try.
Generally, like tooltips, achievement names, achievement descriptions.
Yes, exactly. We're not going to try to waste too much of our time here for unnecessary reasons. That's the cliff notes. The most important thing is you need to take away from this. Now, please leave a like on the video if this helped you at all. If it's helped you all get some information, then we'd appreciate a like for the effort. You can subscribe to TrashcanTV. Keep up to date with the game and some of the other stuff we do as well. We also have a Discord, so if you're interested to talk to us, you can join the Discord server. It's completely free, of course. Free for everyone. Everyone can join.
Yeah, and also if you have any questions about the game, feel free to ask. If you
always
maybe are newer to the game, check out our earlier videos where we actually explain everything.
The full playlist.
I think the very first video is where we explain Cookie Monster,
the basics,
and how it gets started. Second video is Graham Apocalypse.
Exactly. So
yeah, we have a playlist.
You're a new player, you stumbled upon this. There's a full playlist, which is, in my opinion, objective, of course, subjective, but also objectively pretty good for a beginner's experience. A lot of people have given out great reviews, so that seems like a good idea. The
video quality in the first video isn't that good, but overall,
it's getting better. It's getting better. We're doing fine.
I definitely think that we're getting a lot better because the rescaling on the image quality there, some audio clipping here and there.
So plans for the future for us, definitely we're looking at late game idle strategies, because a lot of people have been following us for a while and following our strategies and asking for more late game ideas, and we're going to get into the spontaneous edifice strategy at some point and cover that in the video, because that's, in my opinion, the best passive strategy, or somewhat passive idle strategy, that allows you to make some good profit and actually speed up the game a little bit while having all the passive effects of the golden switch, for example, being on, and not having to either click wrinklers for the most part or golden cookies and try for combos. So that's for this time. Any questions, drop them in the comments. Ask us personally in our Discord server. You're welcome to do so. We'll see you in the next video. JJ.
That's it.
That's it.